Hey you guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all of my November favorites. This is probably the last video that I'll be posting before the 12 days of Christmas starts. It suddenly dropped in temperature here and it's really cold all of a sudden, but it's actually feeling a lot more like Christmas now. Everything is decorated around town and my whole house is decorated. Thank you guys as always for watching, and let's just go ahead and get started. So I actually have quite a few things to talk about today. The first thing I wanted to mention was this mug warmer that I have back here. I actually just recently got it, but it's the Mr. Coffee mug warmer. I have it on right now. It actually works really well. I got mine off Amazon. So if you are a slow hot drink drinker like I am, this has been a real game changer for me. I feel like I can do videos now and my drink won't get cold. It doesn't make your drinks hot, but it definitely keeps them warm without going cold. Okay, moving on to makeup. The first thing I wanted to talk about is the NYX Bear With Me Prime Set Refresh Multitasking Spray. I've been using this one a lot lately as a primer. I just find it's a little easier to use a primer spray in the morning when I'm in a rush. This one comes with like a ton of product. It's 130 milliliters, so I feel like it's gonna take me a long time to use up. It does prep my skin for makeup really nicely. I feel like it just kind of refreshes my skin before I go and put product on top of it. And I do feel like my foundation kind of clings to the primer better. You can also use this actually as a refresher spray. I might just put some on right now. I do have setting spray on already, but this one can be used as like a refresher midday kind of thing. I feel like it works both ways. I used to use it as a setting spray, but now I like it mainly for priming. Next, we have an eye primer. This was a recommendation from Emily Noel on YouTube. I love Emily. I love her and her whole family. She uses this a lot and always talks about it, so I picked it up specifically for my sister's wedding because I wanted my eyeshadow and her eyeshadow and everyone's eyeshadow to last. I feel like this actually does work, this Milani eyeshadow primer. I use it sometimes when I go to work and I have an event after work where I don't want to redo my makeup, and I do feel like it makes my eyeshadows last longer. If I do have like a 12-hour, 16-hour day, this definitely keeps the shadows from creasing. It's perfect for those extra long days when you don't want your eyeshadow to look weird by the end of the night. I'm gonna go into some newer products. This is the Revolution Patricia Bright Face Palette in the shade Summer Sunrise. I don't know really who Patricia Bright is. I only know her through this collab. She created some beautiful palettes with Revolution. This one is meant for medium skin tones or light medium skin tones. I think she has about 4 shades. I really like it. I love multitasking products like this. I love anything that I can just grab one product in the morning and go. This is a really nice formula as well. Very soft and buttery. The shades in here are actually really nice and they do work really well for my skin tone in particular. If you are someone who likes multitasking palettes, definitely think about picking up one of the Patricia Bright palettes. Another product from Revolution Beauty. This is actually Revolution Pro's Sculpting Glow Contour and Highlight Palette. I got this in the shade Desert Sky. Again, it's meant for medium skin tones. I'm actually wearing this on my face today. It's the highlighter that I have on and the contour product. Such a nice formula. It's so soft. It does not feel like drugstore makeup at all. I mean, the packaging does. It's lightweight, it's plastic, but the products feel very, I don't know, like expensive to me. Some days I don't like wearing blush and this will be like my one and done palette that I'll reach for. But it's just such a nice formula. They're not overly pigmented. You don't have to be careful with these products. You kind of get an opportunity to build up the bronzer, which is really nice. And I actually really like the highlighter tone in here as well. I feel like it's quite unique. It's kind of like a peachy highlighter. I don't have another highlighting product that has this exact undertone. This is like a champagne peach, I guess, and this is that perfect like mid cool toned contour product. I feel like Revolution Pro came out with a lot of good stuff recently and I'm very excited about their new releases. The last products are all eyeshadow palettes or lip products. This is from Milani. It's the Soft and Sultry palette. I really wanted this palette for such a long time, and actually the one I really want even more than this one is Bold Obsessions, but I cannot find that palette anywhere, like in any drugstores here in Canada. Superstore doesn't have it, Shoppers doesn't have it, and those are the only two places I know that sell Milani. I really want Bold Obsessions, like so bad. I don't think I've ever wanted an eyeshadow palette that bad. But this is Soft and Sultry, and I actually do really like this palette as well. It's not for everyone. It's very, very cool toned. But I've just been really liking cool tone eyeshadows lately. I feel like I kind of got over the warm toned shades pretty quickly. Like as soon as it got colder here, I'm just all about cool tones. This is such a nice everyday palette. It has everything from a matte cream shade to a matte black. Formula is a lot better, in my opinion, than the Milani Everyday Eye palettes that are about like half the size of this. I don't actually like those palettes that much. I think I decluttered almost all of them because they just didn't really work for me. At least they did back then, but I found so many other eyeshadows that I like more than those ones now. And this is just a better formula in general. It's very soft and also really blendable. The metallics in here don't crumble like the Everyday Eyes metallics. They just kind of glide on. You can apply them with your finger or with a brush. I know Jessica Braun on YouTube really likes this palette as well, and I feel like it's going to be a go-to everyday palette for me from now on. Put together a really like sophisticated look for work and every day using this palette. Next is another newish palette. Well, yeah, it's pretty new. This is the I Heart Revolution Revo-Pooches palette. Look at all these cute little dogs. This is like a soft touch palette. So these guys are all actually like, I don't know if you can tell, but they are like 3D almost, and they kind of stick out and they're soft. I think it's the cutest palette I Heart Revolution has come out with. And this is the inside. Doesn't this palette just scream winter to you? I don't know how to explain it, but to me it just feels like winter. Like when I look at these shades all put together like this in this palette, it just reminds me of winter. It's also a really good everyday palette because you got a bunch of mattes that are really usable and blend really nicely, but you also then have these cool metallic shades that are just so much fun. This is the only one that's not great. This one in the shade Woof. It's like kind of crumbly. I don't really know how I feel about that one, but I haven't experienced any problems with the other metallic shades in here. I know that I said Creme Brulee was my favorite I Heart Revolution palette, but I feel like this one might be my new favorite. It would also be a really cute gift. I feel like if you have a dog lover in your family or in your friend group, they might really like this cute little palette. Last eyeshadow palette that I wanted to bring up today is this one from e.l.f. This is their new Classics palette. I've been wanting this one for a while. I actually don't like the Opposites Attract palette as much. This one was way more interesting to me. Never tried one of their 18 pan palettes before. A really nice formula, mattes and shimmers and metallics, and I also really love the color selection of this. It's just a nice neutral palette. I feel like everyone can use a palette with these types of shades in their collection somewhere. I still think this is fairly cheap. Like e.l.f. didn't raise the price that much. I think it might be like $12 or something. Could be more, I don't know. There's something in my eye, it's bothering me. e.l.f. has done a really great job at nailing their shadow formula. I've got something really good going for them right now. I really wish e.l.f. would come up with a new Mad for Matte. I feel like I've been waiting for this for a long time. It's been a long time since they released another Mad for Matte palette, and those are like my favorite palettes from e.l.f. Anyways, this is a really good one in case you were interested in one of these 18 pan palettes. Okay, moving on to lip products. The rest of this video is all about lip products. The first thing I wanted to talk about was this Rimmel Exaggerate full color lip liner in the shade Addiction. I don't know if you guys remember these lip liners, but people used to talk about them, I feel like quite a bit on YouTube. Like they used to be pretty popular, and I haven't heard anyone mention them for a while. I don't actually wear lip liner like at all. When I rediscovered this, it was like the first time I've worn lip liner in years. This is such a nice color and formula. It makes your lips just look fuller, and you can kind of overline without making it super obvious, and the color is amazing as well. Like the shade in Addiction, it's so nice and neutral. It's a little bit deeper than your average nude, so what I actually like doing is layering a lighter nude on top of this one. Lasts on my lips pretty much all day, and it doesn't feel dry or anything. It's also a roll-up one, so you don't have to sharpen it. I've just been really liking this formula and shade. What I like using on top of that lip liner is this L'Oreal Signature Rouge lipstick in the shade I Empower. After I purchased it, I didn't wear it that often because I felt like it was too nude for me, like it kind of washed me out. When I put it on top of this Rimmel lip liner, I know the shades look totally different, but when you layer them on your lips, they actually look so nice together, and I've been really liking this color combination. It has been a go-to nude for me on top of this Rimmel lip liner. Another L'Oreal Signature Rouge lipstick that I have been absolutely loving is the shade I Amaze. This is definitely right up my alley. It's the perfect like orangey terracotta nude shade. I knew I was gonna like it. Like I knew no matter what that I would love this color on me. It has been a favorite this month. I've been wearing it to work a lot lately. It's just that perfect terracotta nude shade, and I've been really enjoying it this month. I also feel like it's a good one for winter because this formula is actually pretty comfortable on the lips. It doesn't dry out my lips in the winter time, which I feel like is a big problem for me when I wear liquid lipsticks. We are almost done. This next one is from NYX. I've discovered another Suede matte lipstick that I really like. This one is in the shade Cans. It's this kind of mid-tone pink shade. I've actually been really enjoying mid-tone pinks lately. I feel like it's a perfect shade for the winter time. And last but not least, I'm just gonna group these all together because they're all the same product. These are the Makeup Revolution. I think they were listed as new on the Revolution website. First shade is Spice, which is this incredible terracotta shade, like a nude shade. Actually quite similar to the L'Oreal one I just showed you. Such a pretty shade, definitely something that I love to wear on my lips. I also love the shade Rosy. This one's pretty similar to Cans. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm gonna be so embarrassed if I'm saying that wrong. They are pretty much the same shade. That's too bad. I didn't realize that till right now. I feel like this one is maybe a little bit more purpley, but anyways, that's the shade Rosy. And then I also have the one that I'm wearing on my lips right now, which is in the shade Bon Bon. Perfect raisiny type shade that I really love. I love the way that it looks against my skin tone as well. I love all three of these shades, and the formula is really nice as well. It's fairly long wearing, not your longest wearing lipstick, but it does last a pretty decent amount of time on my lips. They're not super drying, like they are definitely because they have that powdery finish to them. They're a little bit drying, but they have really nice pigmentation. I've been really liking those lately. I wish I had picked up more shades. Anyway, those are all the lip products that I've been loving this month. I don't know why I did these weird circle swatches. I feel like I never do that. It's really weird. That sums up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys also are excited for the 12 days of Christmas and that you enjoy the series. Again, it's going to be starting on December 13th. And yeah, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Of course, I'm gonna keep saying that in every video now. I feel like it just became a part of my sign-off language. Please subscribe if you would like to see more videos, and I will see you in my next one.